space that is quite remarkable if you can stay there. And that's the natural rhythm of the planet and where we should be. Instead, we're at 60 cycles in the U.S., or pulses per second, the pulsation of our power grid as our primary sort of interference place. But then we have on top of that now Wi-Fi, wireless of various bandwidths being pulse modulated, creating other secondary effects. This is where that sense of stress that explodes irrationally from time to time, maybe it does explain what happened to Charlie. You know, the fact is, it's happening more frequently with more people, and our solution is medicate them, dumb them down and numb them down. That is not the right solution. The solution is, how do we learn how to modulate our own brain activity? And there are ways to do this, to learn how to do it, so you're not at the whims of everything that influences you. And quite frankly, what used to take years to perfect, now technology offers opportunities to learn how to find that space and do it consciously with your own effort and basically gain control of your own mind, something that we don't think much about. We have spas for the body, we have gyms for the body, but what do we have for the mind? There are good technologies out there that will stretch the mind, that will cause it to change its capacity by recognizing what it can do by working with it. And that's the difference.
Well, you know, one thing I've noticed, elites, truly rich billionaires, are all moving to extremely rural areas. And when you talk to them, they basically wink, wink, and say, we're getting away from all the stuff happening in the city, all the pollution, all the cell phones. And, I mean, they certainly know what's going on.
Yeah, you know, I have a remote place. Mine takes 2 days to walk in overland. You know, there's no trails or roads or anything. And mine's for other reasons. I got a mining property. It's 800 acres with some partners. But, you know, when you go out there, I'm in a valley that's closed off. I do get a cell phone signal, believe it or not, in some places, which totally blows me away because, I mean, I'm in the most remote spot on the planet. But other than that, there is no power grid for at least 30 miles away from me. And, you know, it's a pretty nice feeling when you can go out in those places. And I encourage people to do it, just to shake it off a little bit and get your head cleared and start thinking forward again and looking for those ways, the simple ways, to gain a little bit more control and shake the stresses off.
Well, Dr. Begich, for me, and then we're going to let you go, and I appreciate the time, the biggest thing people can start with is stop watching television. That's where the most programming is. That's where it's designed. That's where the not just the frequency, but also the messages that the frequency is bound up with. If you'll just turn the TV off, and if you'll just stop it, you know, still go to the movies or whatever if you want, but just stop watching the TV, you'll see a difference in your children, your wife, your husband, everything. Our culture, no one can deny it, is going down the tubes because we're in the death throes of being held by this technological control grid. We've got to wake up to it and say no. Dr. Begich, I want to thank you for joining us. I hope folks will get your videos and books available at Infowars.com. And as soon as you're done setting up your new office, because I know you're redoing your office, I want to get you in here to guest host the show.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to working with you. It's going to be a great experience. I'm getting my backdrop. My office is a mess right now, but it's about reorganized.
Hey, just a bookshelf in the background looks great. Dr. Begich, we'll talk to you soon.
All right. God bless. Take care now.
God bless you. What a great guy. Folks, you know, a lot of scary things we were talking about, but it's more scary not knowing it's there. It's a lot better to know the truth. It's very, very empowering. Now, first off, I have had the worst. I haven't really been sick in like 4 years, truly sick. I get allergies and stuff, but I talked to doctors about it and stuff. They said, no, it's going all over the country where you get sick one day for about half a day. You know, I had a fever and threw up last Wednesday, and it went away by nighttime, and then it came back on Saturday with a vengeance. And that happened with my wife and kids, too. It's like a delayed, like it's mutating within you or something. But you know what? I didn't need their flu shots. My body beat it with God's help. And I'm just glad to be almost back because I probably shouldn't even have done the show yesterday. I was so punch drunk. I want to come back and get into the left-right paradigm, pressure from above, pressure from below. We're going to get into the whole situation with the unions and the deception that's going on there. But before we go to break, I want to tell you about efoodsdirect.com. They're having that special they only do once a year or so. Free shipping on all orders right now. It's their new special. It's insurance you can eat, stored safely for 10 years. Only the best ingredients. Now, this is the real deal, 30-plus years in the business. They're patriots and have supported the movement for years. Independence, not dependency. Be ready for any emergency. Grab-and-go packs. Great for camping, outdoors, you name it. efoodsdirect.com. That's the letter E, foodsdirect.com. Or 800-409-5633, 800-409-5633. And in closing, Diamond Gusset's celebrating their 25th anniversary and is running their biggest special yet. You can get $55 off your purchase. When you try the jeans, you'll never look back. Regular jeans, all made in America, motorcycle jeans, shirts. Great folks, specially made to last a lot longer. Gusset.com/sale. That's Gusset, GUSSET.com/sale. To save 55% off. That's Gusset.com/sale. It's made in America. Check them out.
Forget everything you've been told about long-term food storage. When the collapse happens, you'll need the single most effective way to get high-powered Delta Force nutrients to your family fast. Like any Special Forces commando, you need a plan. You need a Black Hawk Down food plan. Introducing the Survival Sprout Bank from Solutions from Science. It's your countertop survival garden. Yes, grow fresh greens right on your countertop in just a few short days. Sprouts are the green shoots that emerge from newly germinated seeds, and they are powerhouses of living, easily absorbed nutrients. The Survival Sprout Bank is a complete kit with nothing else to buy. And with sprouts so easy to grow, even children can grow emergency food. Call 877-327-0365 or go to survivalsproutbank.com. That's 877-327-0365 or order online at survivalsproutbank.com. Survival Sprout Bank, your Black Hawk Down emergency food plan.
Are you wondering about your retirement portfolio? Are you confident that the financial advisor is experienced enough to combat climbing interest rates, taxes, and inflation? Stop guessing and go to the expert, Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster. When you subscribe to the International Forecaster, you get Robert Chapman's 45 years of experience and concise investment recommendations. Who needs sugar-coated excuses when you can get the cold hard facts and proven investment leads you can't get anywhere else? For a free introductory copy to Robert Chapman's International Forecaster, subscribe now at theinterntionalforecaster.com or call 877-479-8178. Experience the difference. When you subscribe, you can email Robert Chapman directly to obtain investment advice tailored just for you. Don't wait another minute. Subscribe today at theinterntionalforecaster.com or call 877-479-8178. That's 877-479-8178.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
Most of us eat a blend of processed, man-made, and all-natural food. But the food you eat may not provide all the nutrition your body needs. We now know that liquid vitamin supplements are absorbed faster than pills. That's why you need C Energy from AffinityCenergy.com. Sea vegetation is known to be the richest source of organic minerals, and that's what you'll find in all-natural, great-tasting Sea Energy. Sea Energy contains aloe vera, black cherry, cranberry, and pomegranate juices, plus ginseng, cat's claw, ginger, ginkgo biloba, and over 50 trace minerals needed for a healthy metabolism, all from natural organic sea plant sources. Get a 10% discount by using promo code GCN at checkout when you order Sea Energy from AffinitySeaEnergy.com. Call 855-732-3637. That's 855-732-3637. Or go to AffinitySeaEnergy.com today.
Come, you masters of war, you that build the big guns, you that build the death planes, you that build all the bombs, you that hide behind walls.
All right, when you're dealing with the globalists, you have to understand that they've run the same scams over and over again in first world, second world, developing and undeveloped nations, third world nations. And so they've really had time to tweak it. And none of this is my opinion. We have IMF World Bank documents. We have the thousands of pages that got leaked in 2002 where they talk about how they get countries in debt, knowing they can never pay it back, and then blow out their economy and then order the government to sell off all their infrastructure to them for pennies on the dollar, and then the banks go in and make sure that they can never rebuild any infrastructure. The name of the game is control. There's so much wealth, so much ingenuity, that every country should be a shining jewel with everybody basically living in mansions. The name of the game is stopping that, okay? And creating artificial scarcity. I got Aaron Dykes coming in here because he heard me with Lord Monckton earlier today talking about the head of the British power system saying, we're going to start cutting your power off. You'll not have power a lot of the time. It's for the earth. Venezuela could supply power 24 hours a day. It's a tool of control. And Ceausescu in Romania could. North Korea could. They made the decision that you don't get the power and you're thankful when you get it. This is the mark of third worlddom. This is a post-industrial world. The head of the British Power Authority says they're doing it on purpose. I read to you out of the London Telegraph earlier. It's him saying it. And Aaron's like, when you made that video a month ago about Obama causing the power outages, I saw the documents, but I didn't really get it. And he was like laughing. He was like, I just watched Enron, the smartest guys in the room, made 6-7 years ago, and it's got Ken Lay admitting that they shut down power plants on purpose to jack up prices in California, and that he wrote the carbon tax plan as part of the Agenda 21 biological diversity assessment and sustainable development. And so Aaron's in there printing off all their statements. Yes. It's all premeditated. It's all public. It has nothing to do with the earth. It's about there being a fraction of the power plants left owned by them, and you'll pay for an hour of power what you paid previously for 24 hours, and you'll thank them. But all the government facilities and all the cop shops, they're all going to have power. You know, Terrytown and downtown Austin and the police departments here in Austin, they were all exempt from the rolling blackouts. The rich, wealthy, liberal, trendy area, they're exempt. I'm not exempt where I live. They stole more than 20,000 acres in one initiative back in the late 1990s called Save Our Springs. And they said, we're going to take all these ranchers and farmers' property in southwest Austin. So, and for a decade before that, they wouldn't let them build with city zoning or sell it, but kept their property taxes up. And so then they came and said, we're going to have a giant 15,000-acre park, 1,000-acre park, and these other parts. It was around 20,000 acres. And they said, we're going to pay for about 5 cents on the dollar, basically force with adverse possession these farmers, ranchers, and developers to sell. And they gave it all over into the city consortium. The mayor left opened his own land bank. Now he's a state senator, and they control the land, and it's nothing but $5 million houses on it and luxury hotels and salons and high-rises, and they just built the whole thing up. And they just go, we have cops with machine guns. There's nothing you can do. Now, somebody like... oh, who's the giant blubber creature? Michael Moore. I was having a Freudian block there. Somebody like the self-propelled blubber butt, who has got hundreds of millions of dollars, is a lying scumbag, hypocrite, globalist, and knows exactly what he's doing. I'm going to call him out on the other side and break down what's really happening in Wisconsin. You know, it turns out